Bonjour, today we are going to do our next topic out of all the tenses, that is le conditionnel, which is the conditional tense. And what do we use it for? Basically three things in English. If I go to tell something that is eventual, to tell something that is imaginary, you imagine something, then you use what if I were there, what if I could do that. So you use the word something like what if I were, what if you were, and that is unreal. So you use definitely your conditional tense in English that you may use while saying what if I were in Paris right now. Imaginary plus unreal plus maybe it's going to be eventual thing too. It was eventual that we could have been together. So you use tenses like these. You would be using would, could, it should have been like this. So you are also using should. It might be possible, so that is like eventual. It might be possible that if he comes here. So there are many things in these English sentences which I've spoken right now, which are saying that these are just unreal, hypothetical, and imaginary sort of tenses. So what if in English is a very certain word that makes any tense look like the conditional tense, where you have the imaginary and unreal both. So in French you use, there is a certain fixed terminaison, like we have been doing in passé, we have been doing in présent, we have been doing in future. So even in your imparfait, so there have been full-fledged terminaison in the conditional also. So today we will be doing the full explanation of the conditional tense. Now, how do we actually first of all form the conditional tense? So for every single verb I have taken a different pattern. Actually, I've taken a different verb for the composition of the proper conditional tense. Now, what you're supposed to take is first of all radical du futur, means radical du futur, which means that is the base that you're going to pick. The first part, terminaison, is the last part, like in the verbs you say parler. So that is your racine, which means the root, and that is the head radical that you pick up. So you always cut down this and then you conjugate with the e, es, e, ons, ez, ent. That's like je parle, tu parles, il parle, elle parle, on parle, nous parlons, vous parlez, il parle, elle parle. So that is the radical that you're going to pick up over here for each and every verb, but in the future form. In the I button there is the video for future coming up, so you could learn the future tense before learning conditional. That is very mandatory that you learn that tense before. So over here what we have is future tenses radical, the head you could say, that is the je sors with your je, and then a comes in your future tenses formation, and then tu with the finir, and then a, you make it like je saurais. That is going to be like over this. Sorry, I've just broken it so that you can understand that which part is the radical that you need for the formation of your conditional tense. So that is your terminaison. These ones are your terminaison. I don't need the terminaison for making a new terminaison. I need the head for making a new tense. So je saurais, I picked up sors. Over here is my sors. Now the second part says les terminaisons de l'imparfait. Now I need the terminaison. These are the terminaisons of the imparfait tense. Remember, radical of future and the terminaison of imparfait, when joined together, they make up your conditional tense. Like I could go over there. What if I would be a rich person tomorrow? What if I would buy a Lamborghini or Bugatti, anything, whatever you feel like is your imaginary thing. Okay, so je saurais. Now this would be written as in je saurais. So that is your new conditional tense. Je serai. Then that is your tu finirais. You have to make it. You have to actually pronounce it together. That I have, done for your understanding. Il viendrait. Over here it was il viendra in future. So I picked up only my viendra and then I added up the terminaison of my imperfect. So it becomes my il viendrait. Nous mangerions. Vous pourriez. Il jouerait. Elle jouerait. So that is how your conditional tense is formed. Now I will write the conjugation for all the three auxiliaries être, aller and avoir, which do not follow any rule and any regulation because they are your auxiliaries. So you have to kind of memorize them. These are the three verbs, which are not verbs actually. These are auxiliaries. Okay, so these are the three auxiliaries which we have. And the conjugation is already written in only conditional form. First of all, we try to speak the pronunciation of the auxiliaries. So let's start with être. Normally we do not put the circumflex when it is in capitals, but just for your knowledge I have written it. Être. So now over here it is je serai, tu serais, il serait, elle serait, on serait, nous serions, vous seriez, il serait, elle serait. So with avoir it is like j'aurais, tu aurais, il aurait, elle aurait, on aurait because you join it, and then nous aurions, vous auriez, ils auraient, elles auraient. I could make one sentence with the avoir. Si j'aurais un bon moto, si j'aurais un bon moto, j'aurais faire le tour de l'Inde. If I had a good bike, I could have made a whole tour of any country. So for with your être, you could make a sentence like tu serais en retard demain pour le cours de français. Tu serais, you could be late for the class of French tomorrow. That is like could be. Then it is like aller. It is going to be all fine. I want to say that, so I would pick up the j'irai. Sorry. Tout ira bien. So it would be all fine. Tout ira bien with tout. Okay. So now let's make the pronunciation go. J'irai bien bientôt. I'll be fine later on. So you could say j'irai bien. Okay. So tu iras bien. Okay. Il irait, elle irait, on irait. Nous irions, vous iriez, ils iraient, elles iraient. So that is how you make sentences also. That is how you pronounce also. There's one thing that you also find the passé composé of your conditional. You just add the participe passé form with the avoir and être forms. With your passé composé. Suppose I have the verb lire. I want to say if I had read that novel, oh my god. Si j'aurais lu cet livre. For the novel you have the particular word roman. So you just add the past participle form with your être and aller conjugation in your past formation for your conditional tense. That we will make a separate video next time, but for this instant you could just have an hint so that if you are doing conditional tense, but certainly you are also seeing that how could there be a past participle form with your aurait and with your serait. So you see these kind of verbs among just by the side of your conjugation you have done, but that is passé of your conditional. We will make a video on that too, but later on. And if you have problems in these, you could write in the comments, and after my lectures you will see some sentences done with the conditional. And if you have any problems, once again tell me in the comments, or you could do the Instagram to me. You could DM over there. I have put the links in the description. You could click them and you could ask whatever you feel like. And merci beaucoup, bonne journée et au revoir.